Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. Back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. We're back in Judith Plains, Montana. And I had an epiphany. I wanted to say Epiphany. That's not right. I had an epiphany. So, first off, I've got the Ford here. This is the TW20 model of the Ford. And I've got a new trailer. You might be thinking, what in the Beverly Hillbillies is this? No, this ain't the Beverly Hillbillies. Yay, the AC's kicking on, woohoo! I've got a load of fertilizer and seed. Because I have made a decision. I have finally made a decision. I know, history in the making. So, you know how I was debating on what to plant over here, right? So, I did alfalfa in that field. What I'm going to plant is alfalfa here, 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 and right here. Now, you might be saying, oh, wait a minute. That's the clover field right there. Well, it is for right now. When we cut it the first time, we're going to replant all of this in alfalfa. Because I'm planting clover up here. Now, you might be saying, why are you planting up there? Well, look beside it. There's clover there and there. Now, you might be also saying, boy, those fields are expensive, aren't they? Well, yes, they are. They are $317,000 for that one, and $659,000 for that one. You might be saying, well, wait a minute. That's a lot of money. It is. I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm making an executive decision. We're making a lot of money on, what do you call it? The rotary hoe contracts. Matter of fact, I've got a guy rolling somewhere out there. I don't know where he is. I left him up here somewhere. Yep, there he is right there. He's in that field. I just didn't see him. So he's doing the rotary hoe in that one. I've got another contract on that one. So yeah, there's a lot of money in the hose, in the rotary hose. 19,000 for that one and 19,000 for that one. So we're doing pretty good now on the contracts. Let's test our button again. Got a little bonus episode for you guys for this Friday. So, button's not refreshing anything really that great. There's some weeding ones down there. We don't have a weeder. The fertilizing's not a great big one. So we'll just hold off on those for now. Alright, so let's go up to the field that we are working on. So yeah, I got a load here. I got them strapped down, so they shouldn't go anywhere. And this is not the smallest trailer. This is the next to the smallest. The next one up. I think this is the Farm Tech. Could be wrong. I'll have to go. We'll look at it on the way. Look out, dude. Tractor coming. Alright. This is, let's see here. It is Farm Tech. It's this one right here. Just made it into a flatbed. You can take the sides off of it. You can also change the color of it. Oh God, I dropped it. I hit the wrong button. Hang on. Go back up. Go back. Get it. Reverse. I hit the detach button. Okay. Now let's go. Come on. Let's go. This is a little bit of a load too. I don't think these small tractors are really the best probably for this, but they'll get the job done. It may take a minute, but they'll get you there. All right, so we are going to head down to this field. I've got the what am I calling it? I don't know what was I going to call it. The Canopy Amigos, maybe. The three Canopy brothers. I don't know. I've got all the tractors down there with canopies on them, so they're working on that field, trying to get it planted in the clover. And the reason why I decided to get those fields up there, because number one, they're fully fertilized. We needed the clover fields anyway, and they're going to be ready real soon. I mean, we're in the first part of March here. They're going to be ready in April. So they're going to be ready to go. And we can always plant something else there if we don't want that much clover. We can always redo that and then you know, move the clover fields elsewhere. Elsewhere. That's what I was trying to say. Elsewhere. We can always move them elsewhere. So yeah, we're gonna buy those fields up there. And then again, the clover field down here, we'll just make that into alfalfa. We'll just do all alfalfa. We'll call it the alfalfa row. Or no, the alfalfa aisle. That starts with an A, right? A-I-S-L-E? Aisle? Alfalfa aisle. Sounds good to me. So yeah, getting it done. Yeah, these forks would come in handy. Gotta carry. Ooh, that kind of facing through that thing though, isn't it? Maybe they'd come in handy because it's not a full pellet of seed right there on the front, but I do have some more seed back here. This kind of like a little nurse trailer for our little box seeders. Seeders, plural. I bought another one. So we have the case box seeder. Now we have the John Deere box seeder. They're both from the same mod author. Don't get me lying as to who did them. I'm trying to remember who did them. Hang on, maybe I can look while we're headed down there. Let me go to the mod hub. Okay. Scrolling. Scrolling. Still scrolling. Might take a minute. Trying to remember when those were released. It's been a minute. We've had those for a minute. I'm trying to watch the road. I'll find it. I promise I will. They're here somewhere. I don't remember when those were released. It's been a minute. Like Indiana Jones on the quest. Trying to find when these were. Not then. Has that been that long ago? I think it was last week sometime, I thought. Might just have to search for them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to search for them because I am not finding them here. It's somebody familiar too. That's the bad part. This is what happens when you get old kids. I'll have to look at the box numbers on them and search for it. But we still got grass down here. We're gonna mow the grass. We'll plant the alfalfa down here. I've got alfalfa planted back there already. I hear the plane flying over my head somewhere. I got one guy that's already ran out of seed out there, so I'm gonna park this down here and we'll refill off the side of the field here. Okay, shut that down. Grab this guy, start filling him up. So what is this? This is the John Deere 8350. Let me search for that. I really want to tell you guys who did this. John Deere. What if I just go under Cedars? Maybe that would do it. Instead of trying to look through everything. I bet I could find it quicker under just going under Cedars. There it is right there. The ARM team. So this is the same people that did the John Deere baler. They did these Cedars. They did this John Deere one, and then they did the Case one. We have that one, and they're the exact same thing. They're just different brands, different numbers. Boy, that shifted weird, didn't it? So let's refill that. Let's refill that. And we will hire this guy. Trim clover. Set this guy up just going north and south. Take off the headland there. Yep, these are perfect for these little tractors. Alright, let's go grab this one. So yeah, the ARM team did our John Deere 100 baler. And these Cedars here. And it's neat because you don't have to turn these on. Like, you don't have to run them. They're not like air drills. All you gotta do is lower them, and then they just, you know, plant. They put whatever seed you got in the ground. Kind of nice. Not the biggest seeder in the world, but it works. And hey, as long as it works. Fertilizer. Okay, alright, good to go there. I'll hire this guy back out where he left off. Right here. So we will hire him out. Let's just do the same thing, I guess. Should pick up on that line. And he'll lower, and now he's seating. Yep. Didn't have to engage anything, just lower it and go. That's pretty much it. Alright, let's make sure they're doing what they need to be doing. Make sure we're putting some seed down and some vert. They're definitely seeding. And they are putting the vert down. We got to roll. We got to do the field rolling. I've already done the field rolling down here around the edges. So I got to get that guy rolling down there, and then we will field roll this up here as well. And it should be permanent. We shouldn't have to worry about that unless we reseed it again, then we'll have to roll it again. So these don't, these should not need rolling. They do not. Turn weeds and fert off. Yeah, it would be light blue like that. So they're fully fertilized. There's no weeds in them or anything, so these are good to go. Alright, let me actually go hire that roller out. Just go right to him here. Enter vehicle. Alright, I'm just going to set him back up to do a couple more laps. Yep, just like that. Start him out there. Okay. So yeah, we got all the guys with canopies out here seeding the clover. It's kind of funny. It's great. nice having this old equipment like this and being able to do this. There's a screenshot right there. Got it. Alright. So while we're doing that, let's go grab these fields. So the reason why I want to get these fields now is because if I wait for when they are ready to harvest, they might cut them. So they're dark green, so that means they'll be ready to cut in April. And it's March 1st now, so we got 3-day seasons. Yeah, I don't want to mess around and not get those, you know. So we got to take, I hate to say it, sorry Phil, we got to take more loan. So that's just how it works, right? I got it paid down to 1.9 million though. That's not bad. I think we did a good job paying some of it back, but hey, we're fixing to borrow more. So I need let's see. I gotta go look at the prices again. So we need 317. Hope we can afford it. Wow. 317 and 659. Ooh, I hope we can afford it. I think we can though. Let's try it. So let's borrow. Well, let's just get the 317 first. Then we'll worry about the next one. And I'm still doing contracts, still making money there. 311, 316, 321. There's enough for the field. So that one is 317. We will buy that. It's ours. And then this one is 659, if I'm reading that right. So we might as well just say 660. I think we'll be able to do it. $660 is what we're aiming for. Wish I could still have a little thing down there where I could pick how much I want to take out instead of having to sit here and just tap, 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 tap. It'd be nice to be able to select it. All right, there's 600, 650, 663. Not that one. Nope, don't sell it. We just bought it. Okay, buy that one. Alright, we got us some clover fields. We only got $4,700 to our name, but we got some clover fields. Keep in mind, this guy is still doing these rotary hoe contracts down here. Actually, he's finished with one. So, hey, we got money back already. But we're not in the hole anymore. Woo! I mean, we're still in debt, but we're not, you know, as in debt. Alright, let's go move that guy. Him right there. Enter vehicle. And I do believe it's just the field to our left there. Got to cross the railroad tracks. Not a problem. Woohoo! I didn't realize it was that close to the circles of death there. Little red circles that tell you, hey, that's the border. Hey, that's the border. Alright, so set this up. Yeah, I figured it was that'd probably be it, so. Alright, he's gonna line himself up. I'm gonna stay with him until he gets kind of settled in and going. And he's going. Weird, because I've had these rotary hoe contracts, and some of the fields are not like grown like this. Some of the fields are like either in a plowed state or a cultivated state. And there's not really any weeds that you can see from the top. Matter of fact, I don't even see any weeds. I see some dead weeds, like it's been sprayed or something. am doing this right. It's like working. Well, it says it's working up there. It says I've got 3% done now. Come on, 4. Come on, 4. Show me the money. Show me the money. 4%. Woohoo! Alright, so we're gonna just let this guy run. Alright. I don't know what my other crews are up to. I guess I need to check on them, but I need to kind of watch these guys over here because they're getting kind of close to each other. I can click on them. Enter vehicle. Oh yeah, now that's probably a better screenshot right there. This guy's going a little slower than the other guy. Doesn't matter. As long as they're getting it done. What, it might be a better screenshot if I get out and ran in front of them. Screenshot. Ah, they're gonna run into each other. Yep, just like that. Yeah, that's why you gotta babysit them. Alright, you go on. Then we'll close it up behind you here. I think it's going uphill a little bit. That's why it's going a little bit slower. This thing is not underpowered for it though. This tractor has 63 horsepower and these boxes only take 60. So it should get it done. Now the other one might catch up with it. It's got a little more power. It's got 95 horsepower. So it might pull it a little better going up the hill there. I tell you what, I may stop that one. Yeah, I'll just let that deer come back through and get that last pass. Alright, so I'm going to fill this back up. Bring the roller up here, get this thing field rolled. Now I'm using the field roller. As long as you do it right after you seed, right after you plant. Feels weird recording these in the afternoon. Normally I don't record these in the afternoon. Normally it is going to be probably in the early morning when I record these videos. But I thought about it, and I got to looking at these fields and stuff here while I was working on this. I'm like, you know what? This would be a good decision. We'll be able to fill our harvest store silos up, or at least the one down here at the red farm, and do the silage game. So it's like, okay, so you might be asking yourself, well, okay, so you're probably covered on alfalfa. You're probably covered on clover now that you own all that. What are you going to do for grass and chaff? Because this field won't be grass anymore, and I'm probably going to do corn in that one. Well, in the Pac-Man field, I've decided to do corn there. So we'll have that one in corn to do. And then I'm thinking this one right here, I'm going to put that in grass. Because we got a lot of like meadow grass kind of around this field up here. So I'm thinking about just putting that one in grass for right now. So matter of fact, I can take this guy that I just filled up and get him started on that. Change that over to grass. Find it in the list here. Woolseed radish, grass. There we go. We'll do that one in grass, and then we can do the grass game from that field. That's a pretty decent sized field. That'll give us enough, probably enough acreage there with grass in it. Well, I wish I could mow this right here. when it turns green. But this is part of that prairie land. Actually, I think this is part of the second prairie lands, which is a little bit more expensive. The one over in the northwest part of the map is 4.4 million. And then this one over here is, I want to say 4.8. Let me go look. I don't want to lie to you guys. Yeah, this one's 4.8. So that's land 128, and 129 is over here. So that's the northwest land. So that when we get to the prairie lands, which we will, that will be one of the first ones to buy over there. I can see probably doing them in order because of the price of them. So the northwest prairie land is 4.4, the northeast prairie land is 4.8, and they just go up from there. I think there's 4 large prairie lands, and I'll call them prairie lands because they've got a lot of like forest slash kind of prairie grass, like, you know, that's kind of what I'm calling them. Got another clover field right here. So yeah, I'm gonna be working contracts, trying to make money back. All the money that I make back from right now on will go back to paying the loan back off. And I'm hoping for some decent contracts come April, because there's, you know, right now it's still technically winter. Alright, so let's hire this out. We'll do inroads, do them first. How many do we do? Yeah, that looks okay to me. I'll hire that out. And I'll bring the seed fert trailer down here. I had this guy up here. I had what fertilizer I had left in him, because I didn't want to drive all the way to the store to get more fert. I emptied out and put in the seed tenders here. So the roller guy, he's rolling. You can see him down there in the distance. He's rolling this field, getting it done. Yep. Alright, so let's go tap this way. And this one's done. I don't know where it's going, but it's going back that way. Let me go refill this one. And I'll just put this one on straight passes down there, I guess. So yeah, gonna do corn down there in the Pac-Man field. We do have a couple more fields west of here that I'm probably gonna do corn in those as well. And whether I do chaff out of those fields, I don't know. We'll wait and see. I have a feeling that the Pac-Man field will definitely be chaff. We'll use that. We'll do that with a forage harvester. So we got to still invest in a forage harvester before September. So we've got time, and again, we've got soybeans that we're going to sell too. So we're going to be making some money back. We got a whole bunch of soybeans to sell. Not a bad first year, to be honest. We still haven't been here a full in-game year. As of yet, so alright, we're full. Switch this over to grass. Okay. Now these clover fields, these will be ready to go come April. The one we just seeded, probably not. It's probably going to take a little while for that to grow. But everything should be fully fertilized. Be all set. Yeah. Alright guys, just thought I'd throw in this bonus episode. I had the epiphany. The epiphany of what I wanted to plant up here in these fields, and it just made sense to do, you know, the grass, the alfalfa, the clover, the way I'm doing it, because we can run that harvester silo there. And then we do have the harvester silo down south that if we get full up here, which I don't think we'll get full, but if we do, we can haul a bunch of it down there. we'll put in that silo, and then we'll have silage from that silo, and then silage from the one up here. And we got sugar beets over here. Ugh, sugar beets. We probably won't be doing sugar beets for sugar. We're gonna... I tell you, I really am thinking about investing in sugarcane in the fields down by the river. Because, you know, it makes sense to put cane somewhere where there's a water source like that. So, especially like a river, or maybe like a pond. We do have some ponds around, so... I don't think there's any over here, but there are some ponds out there. And I have thought about some of the ditches down, especially down south. Some of those might be tiled in. We might put some drainage tile in those. The ones that don't have rocks in a stream in them, those are the ones I'm talking about. I'll go show you those two here real quick. Get this guy hired out here. Where's the other guy at? Is he coming? Tell you what, let me go show you that, and then we'll wait for this guy to come and do a second pass. Then I can hire this guy. Let's go fly. Gotta remember how to fly. There we go. We'll head down south. So if it's a creek, like this right here, that has rocks in it and a good flow and a nice little waterfall, not gonna mess with these. These are safe. Not gonna mess with these. But if it is a ditch that is really like a drainage ditch that comes off of the field like this right here, there's no rock in these little ditches that come off the field. And if you look at it and think about it, once we own the prairie land, now this is after we have to wait till we buy the prairie land. So we got to wait till, for a while. Maybe leave a little bit right here for this bridge. But there's a lot of this. Maybe leave the ditch right here. There's a lot of this when we go to merge fields together and stuff. Like right here, I could see merging this field right here at this corner. We could tile that in and fill that in. It would be harder to do if there was, the rocks in the thing. And there's not like an active flow of water going through these. These are basically just drainage ditches. I might not do all of these down here because there's no real need to do these down here, but just something to think about in the future when we do own this land. We'll be able to do that. Maybe do this one here. Kind of comes off this edge here a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. Quite a bit of land down here. No rocks in that one. That's the same kind of ditch. And I don't remember if there's any of those ditches up here. Ditch like that's fine. That'll survive. Like that song. Who sung that song? I will survive. I'm showing my age here. All the kids out there are like, what? Yeah, I don't see any of those ditches up here. Not that there's not any, but yeah, kind of the plan. This ditch right here, this is safe. It's got rocks in it. Yeah, it's got a nice little, it's a babbling brook. So, we won't mess with the babbling brook. Alright, here comes that guy. He should do another round here and I'll start this guy going. Straight lines here. Well, straight-ish lines. I see our rotary hoe running over there too. He's over there making us money. Guess I should go check and see if there's any new contracts. There's actually one right there. That's not a bad one. A little bit of a drive. I'll take that one. Alright, we got another contract. Any other good ones pop up yet? I'd say I'm really hoping they'll probably start springing up around April when people start planting their fields and stuff. Probably be some good contracted fertilizing contracts, stuff like that. Is he going back the other way? He's going back the other way. Look at that. Would you look at that guy? He knows I'm over here waiting on him. Now he's coming back this way. Nope. He's doing a little dance. Pretty much get down tonight. He's figuring life out. Is he going to do straight lines now? I can't remember how many. I thought I had him do 2 rows. I think he's going to do 2 rows. He's just going to go counterclockwise now. Alright, makes sense, I guess. I'll have to watch these guys and make sure they don't cross the streams, if you know what I mean. Alright, let's hire this guy out. We don't want to do rows. Yeah. It's on. I want to make sure it was on 2 because I had the guy programmed for 2. So let's get started there like that. Drop the discs. There we go. And we're seeding grass. Check our map. Eventually. Here we go. Yeah, we're seeding something. Yes, we are seeding grass. The dark green is the grass. And it is in an early growth stage because we're seeding it right now. So this, again, probably won't be ready just like the clover over there that we planted. But in the long run, it will be. They should eventually kind of sync up. So we'll have a nice grass field there, and there's a ton of grass over here that we can mow. And we have mowed before, so kind of hit it all in one pass, one shebang, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so we'll let that go. This guy's going. Hopefully he'll do that loop before too long. Let me bring this guy up there. And we are going to be at time with this episode. Really excited about this. This is going to be great. When we own this prairie land, we can plow these fields together. So, but it's nice to have these. We can just bring the windrower up here and hire him out, and then come up with the rake it up, and then haul it down to the harvester or silo, make some silage. Love this map. It's a beautiful map. Kind of reminds me of like some of the old West movies I used to watch, or still, well, really still do watch. A lot of the ones, you know, Clint Eastwood, John Wayne, a lot of your older style Western kind of movies. I kind of want to go watch one right now. And there's some new ones that are pretty good too. Robert Duvall, Kevin Costner, you know, Open Range. Open Range was great. That was a really good movie. And at some point in the future here, we're going to get into the cattle game. Do cattle and horses and sheeps and cows and pigs and chickens. Chickens would be easy to get into, I think. I do still have my trailer, don't I? Yes, okay. I want to make sure I didn't attach that. That would not be good. Be like get down to the job site here and look back and, oh no, our trailer's not there. Somebody stole it or we lost it. We have to go hunting. We have to go look in the creek. This is the field. Yep. I'm just gonna park this on the side over here. Need to get the seat off the front there when I refill. I don't have to haul that around on the front anymore. Park it right here. Alright. So, we got the guys seeding the grass. Come April, we'll be able to start on the corn. And then probably do the soybeans like we talked about down south. We do have another large field over here. Might do beans in that one again. That's a pretty decent sized field right there. But this one may be corn. That one may be corn. And then we're doing corn in that field. And keep in mind, again, I'm going to start paying back the loan with the money we make from these contracts. But other farmers will be planting beans as well. We don't have to worry about those until, you know, closer to the fall. But probably will be more fields that we will want to invest in. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep on farming here. All right. Until the next time, guys, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. We'll see you guys live here on Twitch Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. You guys have a good rest of your Friday.